Welcome back! In the previous video, we introduced asset allocation and went through this example. In the current video, I want to make you aware of the fact that in reality, when we allocate our money to different asset classes, we are more specific as regards our investments. We don't just say I invested this much in equities, this much in bonds, and this much in money market instruments. We further break down these broad asset classes to be more precise as regards where we invested our money. For example, we can break down equities into domestic stocks and foreign stocks, and then we can further break down domestic stocks based on the size of the companies into large cap stocks, medium cap, also known as mid cap, and small cap stocks. And we can do the same for foreign stocks, that is, break them down into large cap foreign stocks, medium cap foreign stocks, and small cap foreign stocks. And the cap you see is an abbreviation for market capitalization. And this is simply the number of shares of a publicly traded company that are issued and outstanding times the stock price per share. You may also know this as the market value of equity. In the following video, I explain what might constitute large cap, what medium cap, and what small cap. For the time being, let's not bother ourselves with that. So to take things back to what I was saying in the beginning, in reality, we don't classify our investments in terms of the broad asset class, in this case equity, but in terms of more specific categories within the asset class. In fact, because it is common practice to break down the asset class into categories, such as the ones I present over here, investment professionals typically refer to these categories as asset classes, despite the fact that in reality they are merely categorizations within the asset class. So if you do see one of these categories being referred to as an asset class, don't get confused. And as a general comment, I'd like to say that a lot of times you might notice that financial language evolves in a way that might deviate from what we might call formal definitions of certain terms. These might initially create confusion if you are a newcomer, but as you further expose yourself to the world of finance, it will eventually become second nature, and you will see that you yourself will also become part of this quote-unquote financial industry jargon. Moving on from that comment, I'd like to clear out that there are other ways to break down the equity asset class into different categories. What I'm presenting over here is just one way to do so. And we can have such categories not just for equities, but for all other asset classes as well. So going back to the asset allocation example we dealt with in the previous video, we said that Xiao invested 70% of his savings in equities. In reality, we'd give more detail as regards what that 70% comprises of, in terms of specific categories within the equity asset class. And we do the same for her investments in bonds and money market instruments, and any other asset class besides these three basic ones, had she invested in one such asset class. Let's move on.